There we go. Kind of salty. We missed the Thursday live stream, but dude, I was just so like you asked how work was. I was just so fucking dead after Thursday. Like Thursday was the worst day I've had yet.
I'm sorry, man. Hey, man. Hey, everybody have them days. That's what
Yeah.
I learned that from Miley Cyrus. Everybody have them days.
Okay. All right.
That song was a banger. Shout out to Miley Cyrus, y'all.
This is episode 82 of the Battle of Ohio podcast. The Bengals are enjoying the second of 3 straight home games this week against the Los Angeles Chargers, otherwise known as the first of hopefully many classic battles between Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert, they're widely regarded the best quarterbacks from the 2020 draft class. Although,
I think that's a no-brainer.
I've been hearing rumors about a loud minority of people who call themselves Tuanon lately.
What about Love?
Was he from the 2020 class?
I don't know. Was he?
I thought he was 2019.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm 1 year late. Nope, you're right.
Yeah.
Damn, they had him for a long time.
Yeah. Yeah. The idea with him was like, he wasn't ready.
He's definitely not ready.
Yeah. The whole idea with him was like, you're basically getting a guy who you're going to have to like redshirt. Actually, yeah, he was 2020. Jordan Love was part of the 2020 draft class, apparently.
Wow.
I swear I thought he was 2019. But no, yeah, I guess he was.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But the Browns are taking a much needed bye week this week. Their health has been the major issue. The reason why a big part of the reason why they've been slumping lately is just because they have not been healthy. They've been injured to hell and back.
Mm-hmm.
So the hope, I think, is that you can use this week to get healthy enough to drive you through the rest of the season because you're going to need it.
Yep. Yes, we do.
Finally, Chase Claypool thinks practice isn't fun enough. Because why, Thomas?
Because Steelers, Mike Tomlin, Chase Claypool, Juju Smith-Schuster's TikTok, Ben Roethlisberger's arm, the entire committee of Pittsburgh sucks.
Well, particularly Chase Claypool. He's a bitch.
I bet a lot of passion in that.
Welcome to the Battle of Ohio podcast, where we follow the revival of the historic rivalry between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
So why don't you tell me what you're drinking today, Thomas?
Today, I am drinking a Sprite. Because to clinch my thirst to know Cleveland Browns football, because I am so disappointed that the Browns aren't playing this week. Look at me, I'm sad. I'm so disappointed that the Browns aren't playing this week that I'm just thirsting over more Browns football. That drama, the tweets. I just got to go a whole week without it. It's just so torture.
You ain't gonna go a week without drama from Browns Twitter.
No. I think Clevelanders as a collective have taken a break from the Browns and started watching the Cavs, and it's been a good break. I can say that for sure. Since the Browns been on a bye, the Cavs haven't lost a game.
All right. So I am drinking a third coast. Ow. Just whack myself in the head with the microphone. I'm drinking a Third Coast Old Ale. Not really for any particular reason. I guess the Chargers are a coastal team, right?
Third coast. So coast, yeah. East Coast, West Coast, and North Coast. Are we talking about the North Coast, the Great Lake region?
Well, let's see. This was brewed in Michigan, so probably yeah.
Yeah, the North Coast. Well, there's also the South Coast. How would nobody call it the South Coast?
Because we have to pick teams, Thomas.
But
you're East Coast, you're West Coast.
But what about like isn't Alabama on the South Coast? Shout out to the South Coast, y'all. Because how can Alabama be the East Coast when Florida is in front of Alabama? Make that make sense. Bama is the South Coast. Bama and Louisiana and parts of Texas, the South Coast.
Well,
Shout out to the South Coast.
That's just the Gulf of Mexico, I think.
Yeah, but
the Gulf Coast.
But,
I think that's what they call it. They call it the Gulf Coast.
But is the Gulf Coast not south of the North Coast?
Well, it is south, but like
see, it's mathematics.
They don't. That's not. It's geography, first of all.
That's what I'm saying. Like I'm like you gotta. It is math that south is below north.
Well, once again, it's geography, but again, they're using geography. They're still using geography to define it because they're calling it the Gulf Coast.
But why are they calling it the Gulf Coast, not the South Coast? Like it's south for the coast. Shout out to the South Coast, y'all.
Not south of the coast. It is the coast.
Well, I mean, I'm sorry. It's south. Well, it is south. It's south of North Coast.
Yeah, so but it's South Coast. It's north of all the coasts in South America. So, I mean,
but it's south of all the coasts in North America, though. Excuse me. It's the South Coast. Okay. Shout out to the South Coast. Bama, Mississippi,
that is
Louisiana.
Strong. Did not see that coming. American barley wine ale.
How did that taste? Can you do a reenactment of me? Because that was actually a great reaction. I just was too busy rambling on about the South Coast.
Well, Thomas, luckily for you, you have the power of editing. I'm sure you could.
Yeah, I will. Mississippi.
That is
Louisiana.
Strong.
Oh yeah, well, don't worry.
Oh my god, that is interesting. That is bitter, dude.
Bitter like my ex-girlfriend.
Wow. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to finish that.
That's what my ex-girlfriend said to me.
That you're bitter?
No, that's something else. Anyway, yeah. So let's get into these games.
All right, yeah. Let's probably a good idea. All right, so the Bengals. The Bengals are hosting the Chargers this week, and for those of you who haven't seen it yet, by the way, I just put out a fantastic video previewing the Bengals Chargers game. So I would definitely recommend going and watching that because it's funny as hell. Mm-hmm. But anyway, the Chargers currently the number 7 seed in the AFC. Bengals are currently the number 5 seed in the AFC. And what is actually interesting about this game is if the Chargers lose, they'll be completely out of the playoff picture. I mean, obviously they can like turn it around.
No, beat them.
I'm not saying they're eliminated from the playoffs or anything, but they're going to be, they're going to be on the outside looking in if they lose this game. The Bengals
beat them.
The Bengals would drop to the number 7 seed, but the Bengals would not be out of the playoffs.
Oh, go Bengals. I am now rooting for the Bengals. I am a Bengals fan during this bye. I'm a Bengals and a Cincinnati Bearcats fan during this bye. And a Cavs fan. Got it with the Cavs.
Let's see. What would happen if the Bengals beat the Chargers and the football team beat the Raiders and the Chiefs beat the Broncos and the Texans beat the Colts? I mean, we're really like stretching here at this point. Then okay. So Thomas, the Browns do not have a chance to get back in control of the playoffs seed this week because if the Bengals beat the Chargers, then let's see. Yeah, if the Bengals beat the Chargers, then the Raiders would take control of the number 7 seed. But if the Washington football team beats the Raiders, then it would be the Broncos. But if the Broncos lose to the Chiefs, then it would be the Colts. But if the Colts lose to the Texans, then it would go back to the Chargers.
Damn, the Browns really are going to be the playoffs this year. I'm sitting here looking at it.
You would have the same record as the number 7 seed though. Because so you don't need one more week.
Because honestly, like as bad of a year the Browns had, have they really had that much worse of a year than like the Raiders and the Chargers? Like, I mean, they like by that
the
much.
Raiders, the Raiders, I'd say they've.
The Raiders had their high
I don't
points,
know.
but they're slumping down. They're going to slump though. Like, do you really think the Browns had a worse year than the Broncos? Do you really think are you going to say the Browns had a worse year than the Chargers?
The
Or Chargers?
no, I think they've certainly had a worse year than the Chargers.
Well, the Chargers
The
loses.
Raiders, I don't know. The Raiders, I mean, the Raiders just had so much drama. It's like, is it even really about football at this point?
Exactly.
So I mean, yeah, it's
Vegas.
not to say that the Browns have had the worst season of all, AFC contenders or anything like that. But I would say the Broncos are probably having an overall better season than the Browns right now.
Man, we beat them.
Okay.
With our backup quarterback.
And yet the Broncos are farther ahead in the standings than you guys are right now, despite the fact.
It's crazy how that works.
Well, part of it's because they've already had their bye.
Yeah, I mean, I think having a late bye was kind of a problem though. Like, I think that's an underrated thing is having a late bye. I kept on thinking at my mom like, dang, these guys are playing a lot of games in a short period of time, and they really need a bye with all these injuries, and it couldn't have come at a better time. Maybe a week earlier would have been better. But I mean, like, look what bye did for the Bengals.
Yeah, like, if you have a coach who can keep you focused and really utilize the bye week to the best of its effectiveness, which I believe Kevin Stefanski is the kind of coach who can do that.
Yeah, I do too.
So I mean, the Browns absolutely could use the bye week to their advantage. But we'll really have to see. Y'all play now. You mentioned this before we started recording, but I do think. And we'll get back to the Bengals eventually, but I guess we're talking about the Browns now. So, but we'll get back to the Bengals eventually. But Thomas, you mentioned this before we started recording that the Browns have a really interesting situation that you just don't really see happen a whole lot, and that the Browns played the team that they're playing after the bye week.
Yeah,
they just played them before the bye week. So the Browns have the opportunity to, like you said, kind of use the bye week to their advantage to get healthy, to build a game plan, to have that extra week to prepare and everything like that. And on top of all that, they just played this team, so they know what to expect from this team a second time around. I'm not entirely sure the Ravens know exactly what to expect from the Browns, because you're probably going to be getting a completely different Browns team the second time around in the first place.
Exactly. And there's a big thing about it is separation from receivers. Now that Odell Beckham's gone, and this is something we haven't had a real good chance to see, but this is one of the reasons why I'm excited about the bye. Is we'll have a chance to see what Anthony Shorts is made of. And that's big because Anthony Shorts is our third round. You okay, Cal? I'm
gonna try to finish it.
You can't take a man's beer. You can't take a man's beer.
It's a wine ale.
It's a wine ale.
It's a wine ale.
That sounds nasty.
It's not very good at all.
Why would you even buy that?
Well, I don't know. I was just looking for like stuff I haven't had before.
Well, look, if you're gonna at least try stuff you haven't, there's a lot of stuff I haven't had before that I ain't gonna try. Somebody came up to me with like, you want to try the doo-doo beer? I'm like, no, I want to try doo-doo beer. Don't drink doo-doo beer.
But I bought it and I opened it, so I'm gonna finish it. If anything, it's entertaining for our lovely podcast viewers. If you're watching us on YouTube, you get to watch me struggle through this beer for the whole fucking show.
Watch Kyle drink some doo-doo beer, y'all. Hashtag Kyle drinks doo-doo beer. That's the hashtag. Anybody ever see this podcast in the future? Just the hashtag that. Just like Kyle likes doo-doo beer. When we're famous and rich in like 10 years, somebody would know what that means.
But
I'll retweet it.
But I don't like it.
Kyle doesn't like doo-doo beer. That's the hashtag right there. I'll retweet it. Either one. If I see it, I'm gonna retweet it.
You know what?
Even in 10 years.
I will too. I'll be fascinated.
Anyway, going back to going back to what I was saying, Anthony Shorts. I really think that Anthony Short, the bye is going to allow players like Anthony Shorts to get healthy again. Anthony Shorts is a fast receiver who we took in the third round, and I'm really excited to see what he's made of. Actually, I'm still on my fantasy team, because I believe that he has talent. I believe they got him in mind of the struggle of Odell Beckham. I don't know why I always thought of Odell Beckham when they got him. Like, oh, this is the guy they got in case the Odell Beckham situation doesn't work out. And I really want to see if a bye can help him get in rhythm with the offense and come back from injury and be ready. And we need another receiver. Our receiver room is not really good. I mean, Donovan Peoples-Jones, he's good, but he haven't taken that next step yet. It feels like he's like on the crest of breaking out, but he's not consistent with it yet. He's a 6th-round receiver. It takes time to develop. And he's developing, yes, but it feels like he's still about a year and a half or 2 years away. And Jarvis Landry is battling injury. So this bye is going to be big for the Browns to just get those little injuries off and be able to rework their offense. And when they get everything figured out and they get everybody rested, they're going to be a better team coming out of that bye. If you beat the Ravens, you could beat the Raiders.
Well, there's no reason that the Browns shouldn't be able to beat the Raiders. The Raiders are a very, very talented football team. The Raiders can beat anybody, but at the same time, I think the thing that the Raiders kind of lack right now pretty heavily is they lack a plan. They lack a real identity. So if you can scheme really well against the Raiders, I think you can beat them.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's how the Bengals blew them out, is because the Bengals just like that. That's one thing I think Zach Taylor is really kind of proving himself as, like his particular skill set. He's a really good like schemer. He's really good at putting together a game plan and figuring out like how can I put my guys in the best position to win. That's something that he's shown like in leaps and bounds this year. And I think that's part of the reason why we blew out the Raiders, is because part of it, they were reeling from a couple of things. But I mean, they've been reeling from a couple of things all season. And I mean, teams like the Cowboys weren't able to beat them. And I think that's partially because Mike McCarthy is not a good schemer. Like, Mike McCarthy that's just not, who he is as a football coach. Zach Taylor, I think that's his greatest skill set.
Yeah. Dude, Zach Taylor can come a long way as a coach. I say that for sure.
Well, I think I felt like Zach Taylor was gonna get it figured out eventually. Before, like when we fired Marvin Lewis, I actually did a little bit of a search of my own. Obviously not the same kind of search that the Bengals did, because I don't have those kind of resources or that kind of networking or anything like that. But I did kind of look around at like who were available head coaching candidates, or just guys out there who are like up and comers and like, could be like a good choice to be the next head coach of the Cincinnati Bengals. And I actually I personally actually had Zach Taylor picked out as the guy I wanted the Bengals to go get. And then they went and got him. And the fact of the matter is, it's because he's got this amazing football mind, like, and I didn't know this at the time, but he has since shown that he's also really good at like developing relationships and like as far as the players goes, he's a really good players coach and stuff like that. But on top of that, he's a friggin' genius when it comes to like schemes and stuff like that. When it comes to like, like not necessarily play calling by itself, but like, the overall game plan that the play calling is based around. That's the kind of thing where like Zach Taylor really shows his genius. And I don't know, like when he has, I think part of the reason the Bengals are finding as much success this year as they have been is because when you have a guy like Zach Taylor who can come up with so many different ways to like put his football team out there, like so many different strategies for any individual game for how to get stuff done. and on top of that, you have all the talent that the Bengals have to work with. It's just it's a recipe for blowing the hell up.
Yeah. No, Zach Taylor. Like I realized Zach Taylor. I think I liked his scheming. That game against the Steelers last year where he won with Ryan Finley. That was just such a well coached game. That was just a well coached game. Like the team came out motivated on Monday night, and they came out. They came out just on fire with their heads on fire. They played hard, and that started that hit on Juju, and the way they was able to scheme, that game plan with Ryan Finley was pretty amazing, and it was just a fun game to watch. And I really think you guys got a diamond in the rough as coach. But no, I might go to Super Bowl.
Well, I feel more confident with this iteration of the Bengals, and it's like in throughout the Bengals teams that have been actually good in my lifetime. It's like whenever I think about oh, they could go to the Super Bowl, it always kind of seems like this like way off like fantasy. Like if everything goes perfectly, then maybe the Bengals can sneak their way into the Super Bowl, and then everybody's like, how did this team get here? The difference with this current Bengals team is I actually fully believe that. I mean, it would take a little bit of luck, but I think it takes a little bit of luck for any team that makes it to the Super Bowl. It requires being really good, but it also requires being, I think, a little lucky to make it to the Super Bowl. So it would require some luck, but I think the thing is, it wouldn't purely require the Bengals to be just lucky to make it to the Super Bowl this time around. I think this Bengals team is so well composed. They're such a complete team that, I mean, if they don't go this year, then they'll probably go within the next 2 years. I'd honestly be kind of surprised if they didn't, considering how they've been, what they've been showing as far as
the Bengals you do.
Year.
You know the Bengals to do to make them to add me on that level. I know y'all want to go defense in this next draft. Well, actually, no, y'all need to get off. Y'all need to get some offensive line help. But you know what the Bengals would be nice. The Bengals got if the Bengals got like a second or third round running back, like a stud running back to go with Joe Mixon. Man,
right. We have Chris Evans.
Chris Evans is cool. I mean, he's cool, but I don't know, if y'all had if the Bengals had a combination, if Chris Evans got to the level near Kareem Hunt, then you had a combination like Chubb and Hunt, man, y'all be deadly. And y'all be unbeatable. If y'all had come on, that Chris Evans is cool. Don't get me wrong. Or even y'all got Dearness Johnson. Put Dearness Johnson in that backfield with Mixon. Oh boy, that'd be cold. Oh boy.
I think Chris Evans is just as good as Dearness Johnson.
Possibly. Possibly because of how much
hasn't been used nearly as much as Dearness Johnson's been used there in Cleveland. But when he gets the ball in his hands, that kid does special things.
Yeah, no, I mean he's good. No, I'm not saying that he's good. He's good. I'm not gonna take anything away from him. I think a lot of the Browns running back success is behind the offensive line too, honestly. Besides this past weekend, they sucked last weekend. I don't know what nobody's burning Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt for sucking. I mean, I don't only have 14 rushing yards, rushes, but they still suck. Yeah. All 14 times they touched the ball, they suck.
Speaking of offensive line, I wanted to talk about this on the last episode, but we kind of ran out of time. We had a lot of stuff to talk about last week, but I kind of wanted to talk about this, and I figured the bye week episode is a good time to talk about it, just because we have space that needs filled for the Browns part. But Jack Conklin out for the season with a what was it, a torn patella tendon?
Yeah, and that sucks. That sucks because he finally comes back from the shoulder injury. You're all excited about getting him back, and then he tears his leg.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Right, I saying Big
I,
Mouth.
yeah, that's
What?
fair. But
I mean,
I
but I
think
mean, the Browns still got good
getting
offensive line help, so it'll be fine. But
well, yeah, but
it won't be elite.
I don't know. I don't know. The Browns' offensive line looked like it needed help last week. And I think Jack Conklin could have really been part of that.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think they'll be fine. I think they got some good running. They got some good offensive linemen down the pipeline. So it could be solid. Like I don't think that is going to be a severe problem. I think it will be a problem. I don't think it's going to be a severe problem. I think it's going to be. I think it just brings your offensive line down from elite to good. But I also think that Jedrick Wills, he needs more time to he needs his bye. Jedrick Wills look hurt, and he haven't been he haven't really seemed fully healthy all season. Hopefully he gets some time to heal up a little bit, get those nagging injuries up, and then because we want to all hands on deck on his offensive line. But I think the Browns should be good on offense. I think they should be good. I don't think they're going to be great because Jack Conklin is one of the best offensive linemen in the game. Like you're losing one of the best offensive linemen in the game, so.
Right.
I'm just trying to be positive about it. If I'm being real with you, it sucks. It sucks, Kyle. It sucks. It was a crappy injury. It was a crappy injury.
Another bit of injury, not news, but like a little bit of a discussion I want to have. Thomas, you've been saying that it might be worth Baker Mayfield sitting.
Well, not anymore. It's stretched. I mean, not anymore for real. But go ahead.
Well, I was actually going to say I'm starting to come around to that mentality because, like Kurt Warner. I sent you this video, but just to tell our viewers, Kurt Warner put out this really good video, kind of breaking down Baker Mayfield's recent play and why maybe maybe the kind of maybe all the criticism that he's been getting lately is maybe kind of unfair. Just because of the situation around him that Baker Mayfield's dealing with right now, which is a lot more of a mess than you would really give it credit for, considering how much improved the Browns have been.
I've been saying that, I've been saying that, but every single time I say that, we're not striving for mediocre, we're striving for greatness, and I get that. I see exactly, Kyle. Exactly, Kyle. Exactly, Kyle. And then that, I've been saying that because the reality is people go like, oh, well, that's not a winner's mentality. But you know what I mean? Like, let's be real. I mean, that whole term, the cliche is you don't build Rome in a day. And the reality is that cliche has been around for thousands of years because it's a realistic thing. Like, let's be real. You're trying to turn around a team from 30 years of losing. Like you said, obviously these players aren't thinking 30 years of losing, they're thinking let's win now. But you got so many things that need to go right on a team that never done it before. Like, who on the Browns ever done it before? Nobody. And they're trying to figure it out. And at the end of the day, they're still 6-6. They're still right there in it. And I just think that just saying that a lot of people think that we should just stop right now and they just go straight into a rebuild. A lot of people feel that way. And I just think that it would just be a gross miscalculation to do that. And I also think it would be a gross miscalculation to just move on from Baker Mayfield without a plan. Now, if you're getting Russell, Rodgers, or Watson, that's it. That's all I accept for Baker. But if you're not getting those three players, if you're not getting one of those three players, and even still, I would debate doing that. Honestly, because Russ haven't really looked good with an injury either, and we don't know how well he'll play in Cleveland. And he comes with baggage and drama. And Russ is a great quarterback. Don't get me wrong, I take him. Russ, Watson, and Rodgers. I'm gonna leave it at that statement. Russ, right, but anybody else? Jimmy Garoppolo, shut up, man. Matt Ryan, nah, come on, man.
So what I was trying to say though was I think it might Mitch Trubisky. It might be worth having Case Keenum play out maybe the rest of the regular season because I think y'all can win with Case Keenum in the short term. Now maybe not big time. Maybe you might need you're going to need Baker back for the playoffs. But here's the thing: I think if you sit Baker now, I think Baker can be ready to go and be fully healthy, or at least mostly healthy, in like 6 or 7 weeks when the playoff starts.
Yeah, I do too. Well, he's not going to heal that shoulder, but you need to get healed in that leg. You want that leg to feel better. You want that leg and that heel to feel better. He's obviously in pain. I'm guessing tendonitis or something like that in that heel, but he's definitely in pain on that right foot. And you get that right, like you get that right foot. Yeah, he'll get that right foot okay. If he get that right foot okay, he should, he should be. I mean, like the shoulder. I think that like after a while with those shoulders, like you just get like used to the pain to the point where it's just like where you're just dealing with it. It probably bothers him, but he's probably just dealing with it at this point. But that foot though, you got to get that healed, man. You got to get that together because he's obviously having trouble planting. He's obviously hobbling out there.
Hey guys, I need to take a second to tell you about NordVPN real quick. I'm sure you've all heard about it because they're everywhere, and it's for a good reason. This is the absolute best, sleekest, and easiest to use VPN out there. Trust me, I've used a few different VPN services for various reasons, and this is the one that I settled on because honestly, it's like I said, it's the sleekest and easiest to use. It takes 10 seconds to just go get it set up, get connected, and get yourself on a new server somewhere around the world, and then you have access to all of these regionally blocked things. And in addition to that, I personally get a little weirded out by everyone with the basic knowledge of systems and hacking having access to my information. So it's really nice to have a kind of a buffer between that too. There's also a wide world of regionally blocked content out there that's the only reason you're not able to access it is because you live in a certain country where this stuff isn't available. So one service I really like is called NFL Game Pass International. It's meant for the international community. It's not available in the United States, but if you're a United States citizen and you use NordVPN to go connect to, I usually use the Ireland or the Brazil server, and suddenly I'm connected and I'm able to watch all these games. You can use basically any country where the service is actually available. Then I pull up the broadcast, sit back, watch the game. Any game. They have all of the NFL games throughout the entire season on this service. And then you also get access to all the normal NFL Game Pass stuff too. So, replays, all 22, the kind of stuff that's, some people just enjoy having NFL Game Pass for in the first place. I do exactly that every Monday and Thursday night when we do our live streams, where me and Thomas make our predictions or talk about the predictions that we made. And we do it during the Monday night and Thursday night games where we're watching the game and reacting. And the way that I have access to that is I have NFL Game Pass International. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to leave a link down below in the description. And if you go click that link, it'll take you to NordVPN's website, and it'll automatically get you 69% off your first 3 months for free. That's only $3.67 a month, guys. For all the wide world of access and protection that VPNs give you, I think you can spare $3.67 a month. To me, that's a really good deal. And not only, if you go do that, it helps support our channel, and like I said, it helps you guys get access to the best VPN network out there. Seriously, I really recommend it. So go down on the link in that description and get 69% off your first 3 months of NordVPN for free. Anyway, Thomas, let's go ahead and move on to the next segment of the podcast. So we got a we got fantasy league to talk about real quick.
Oh yeah.
So the Battle of Ohio Podcast Fantasy League, following up a little bit with how last week's games kind of shook out. I beat Jordan Heiser by less than a point, which is fantastic to me. So now the standings are somehow Jordan Heiser's still in first place. But I guess it's like due to like the total number of points scored are the tiebreaker, and I've currently got, it looks like 11 points less than him. So I just got to catch up a little bit. But I mean, for the most part, me and him are just blowing everybody out of the water as far as like total points go, despite the fact that the records are not blowing everybody else out of the water. Thomas, I believe you are now officially eliminated from playoff contention. So
yeah, it was a good run.
Yeah, you and Brad McGee too.
It's cool. I'm about to win my other league. That means I can get $1,000 out of winning.
God damn, there you go.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to win the podcast fantasy league.
See, I picked the important league to have a good team for.
Dude, you know what's annoying? The number 6 seed for a fantasy league right now is the bot. Like, what a joke. What are you doing, everybody who like behind the bot? Like, what are you doing, John Dorsey? What are you doing, Nick Boley? What are you doing, DJ McNutt? What are you doing?
Well,
Devin
I mean, did you really think
Morgan?
John Dorsey?
Romero?
Did you really think John Dorsey was gonna do real good on fantasy league when he got to worry about the Lions?
It's JON, not JOHN.
By the way, John Dorsey, what is up with Swift being out this week? I need him. I got a big game this week in my other fantasy league. I need these Swift.
So, Thomas, this week, although it doesn't so much matter anymore because you're eliminated from the playoffs, but you and me are playing each other this week.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Oh, for real? Oh, dang, I should have picked up Taysom Hill. I could have got so many points last night.
I am projected to whoop your ass.
Oh, no, I'm beating you this week. No, it's on. It's on, Donkey Kong.
Yeah, we'll find out. That's something to play for, though, I guess. But
yeah.
I'm currently projected to whoop your ass. And that's with that, like, I haven't even updated my lineup yet. So I'm going to take Jerry Jeudy out and put Tyreek Hill in. And that's going to, like, give me, like, 8 or 9 extra fantasy points.
You ain't whooping my ass. I haven't got an ass whooping since 2006 when I called a girl the Queen of Evil in class.
Damn. Was she evil?
Yeah, she got me a whooping.
What?
Well, actually, that's not what got me the whooping. What got me the whooping was I came home and I took all the belts in the house. I knew my mom was going to give me a whooping when I came home. So I took all the belts in the house, hit them. So my mom came home to strap off her purse and whoop me with that.
Yeah, that sounds like kids' logic because, you don't get to do that, Thomas.
I want to beat you. I want to whoop your ass.
That's not happening. Let's see. What do we got on the...
Damn, I got so many players with buys. I got 4 players. Oh, because I got 4 Brown players on my team. That's probably why it sucks so bad.
There's nobody available on the waiver wire who's like any like remotely good right now. Like, I mean, maybe Randall Cobb, except he's on bye. I mean, you got like Deontay Harris, the New Orleans wide receiver, but I mean,
first
of all, he already played his game. Actually, how many did he end up with? He ended up with 17 points. Wow. Okay, so he actually would have been a great play this week.
You know what, Kyle? I'm getting Trevor Lawrence. I'm taking a swing at Trevor Lawrence because I ain't a quarterback this week, and might as well risk it for the biscuits. Who knows? He might have a good game against the Rams.
I wouldn't bet on that. Wait, what happened to Baker Mayfield?
He's on a bye. I want to start Baker Mayfield when he's on a bye.
Yeah, duh.
Yeah. And State Farm's telling me to swap out Kareem Hunt because he's also on bye.
Yeah, well, you should probably actually.
Thank you, State Farm, for discount double checking me. Tavius Murray. Dang, man, I gotta work tomorrow. You ever have work the next day and you just don't feel like doing it?
Yeah, that's how I feel right now. I don't feel like going to work tomorrow, but I guess I'm gonna do it. But
yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Another 200 stops. Holy crap!
All right.
So
you're going down, fantasy. That's all we need to know.
That's not happening. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to our AFC North State of the AFC North segment.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, well, just to recap the fantasy league right now. The 6 teams currently in the playoffs. The only teams that have been eliminated so far, I think, are Brad McGee, which is unfortunate because Brad got off to a hot start, and then he just lost 7 in a row. Like, I don't know what happened.
Yeah, Brad, you suck, dude.
Well, you're the last place team, like straight up, Thomas.
Well, no, see, like I consistently suck. There was no hope from me from the beginning. Like since I messed up my draft and I just there was a consistent suckness. And I was like appeased with my suckness. But Brad tried. So you suck, Brad.
Well, anyway, so you got the current bye week seeds are me and Jordan Heiser, and then you've got Cameron Matthew, Cameron Matthew, Michael Dorsey, the Bot, and Ian Plank are currently projected to be the other playoff teams. So we'll see exactly what happens. It's still a really tight league. Like the like the difference between me and Jordan, who are the top teams in the league, and the teams that have been eliminated, is only 4 games. So I mean, like, really, this league's anybody's league still, except for obviously you two. But
it's fine.
Anyway, I said let's move on to the state of the AFC North. So let's move on to the state of the AFC North. It's all wrapped up in a nice, neat little package this week, Thomas. Because the Steelers and the Ravens actually play each other this week. So my big takeaway from this is, like, who do you root for?
I'm over the Steelers.
Ew.
I know I heard saying that, but I'm over the Steelers.
Yeah.
If I'm being real with you. Well, because
a lot of my friends have said rooting for the Steelers too. But see, here's why I'm not. Right? I'm not rooting for the Steelers because I want to watch the Steelers crash and burn.
Oh yeah, me too.
Like,
I want to see the Ravens do it too.
I want to watch them suffer. I want to watch it be hilarious, etc. The Ravens, I'm not scared of because I mean we already beat them 41-17. So the Bengals are a game behind the Ravens, but I mean if we beat the Ravens, then we're not a game behind them anymore. So, and I have every confidence in the world that the Bengals can sweep the Ravens this year, just like we did with the Steelers. Maybe not quite that dominant. I don't know if the next game that we play against the Ravens is going to be that dominating of a performance, but it is in Cincinnati, so I do believe the Bengals. Right now, I believe the Bengals are going to sweep the Ravens, and so that'll catch us up. And then I think the Bengals can probably, at the very least, keep pace with the Ravens the rest of the year. So, what do we need Pittsburgh to beat them for?
The reason why I want the Pittsburgh Steelers to beat them is because I'm looking at it because they play the Browns the very next week, and so I want them to I want the Ravens to kind of just slump because I think the Steelers are going to do this thing where I think the Steelers are going to have a bad December no matter what. So and a bad January. I think the Steelers are going to slump no matter what. I think the Steelers are already kind of collapsing, but they might have a nugget here and there. And I really want the Steelers to win this game because I just want to see the Ravens crash and burn too. I think the best way for that to happen is for them to lose the Steelers because I think the Browns, man, they lose the Steelers and the Browns would be like, hey, maybe those 4 interceptions wasn't a fluke because I don't believe it was a fluke. I think what we seen last week against the Browns with Lamar was a microcosm of how he was playing this entire season. I think Lamar Jackson has been playing really bad this season, but he does these flashy plays. So because he do these flashy plays, he's not bad. Look how athletic and cool he is. Look at his cool tricks. Don't ignore those 4 turnovers. These tricks. Can't stay in the pocket, throw the ball consistently. These tricks. Oh, look, a sidearm throw. Oh, look. Oh, he did a fadeaway throw 50 yards down the field to Mark Andrews. Oh, my God. But the reality is, he's not really been playing that well. And I just want his confidence to be shot. I want him to have another bad game against Steelers. I want the Steelers to get in his head. I want the Steelers to turn him over, force him to fumble. And then when he comes to Cleveland, he loses to the Browns. And then he hits a low. And then they realize, holy shit. Maybe we got some problems here. And I want the Steelers to keep on exposing the Ravens until the Ravens start to collapse, man. I want the Ravens to collapse. I think that I really want the Ravens to collapse more than I want the Steelers to collapse. The Steelers don't really scare me. Like, the Steelers is just like, yeah, the Steelers, whatever. They had an annoying fan base, all that BS, whatever.
I guess that's the difference between me and you.
I hate the Ravens.
I don't hate the Ravens like that. Like, I mean, they're a division rival. Obviously, I don't like the Ravens, but like you despise the Ravens, and rightly.
Oh
so.
no, we hate the Ravens. Like y'all,
so.
y'all don't.
But I don't feel that way about the Ravens. So I'm not interested in seeing them like, at least not in the same level, crashing and burning the same way as the Steelers.
I love to see them crash and burn. I love to see them just crash and burn.
I mean, it'd definitely be interesting. It would be helpful for us if the Ravens lost. But my whole point is, like, I'm not scared of the Ravens. Like, I fully believe that the Bengals can catch up to the Ravens without needing the help of the Steelers beating the Ravens. So I say, fuck the Steelers. Let's go.
Okay, Ravens going to lose the Browns next week. I think that bye is going to help them. I think it's going to be a low-scoring game, though. I tell you that for sure. I think it's going to be like one of those AFC North, like low-scoring, like chess matches. Honestly, I just really think the reason why the Ravens have been winning these games this year is just because of the culture that Harbaugh set, and credit to him. You're able to win games. You're able to win games that you shouldn't be able to win when you have a good culture and a good coach. It's like Bill Belichick. You remember that year Bill Belichick didn't have Brady? That is my notes actually. That year that Bill Belichick didn't have Brady, he had 4 games without Brady because Brady was suspended for, I think, Deflategate, I think that was, or whatever. And Bill Belichick he used like 3 different quarterbacks and went 4-0 in that period of time. Something crazy like that, or we went 3 or 1, something crazy like that. I don't know if you remember that.
You're not talking about 2008, are you? Because
no, this was like
an ACL.
No, this was Deflategate. This was like a couple years ago. This was like his second or third last year in New England. Pretty sure it was the year they won the Super Bowl. And then Bill Belichick used like 3 different quarterbacks. He used like Jimmy Garoppolo, that guy who was quarterbacking for the Dolphins, and then he was just winning games. And it was just crazy. And that's how the Ravens are right now. They're just winning games because they have this culture and they have this coach. They don't got no talent for real. I can't wait today. I can't wait. I don't
know about that. I definitely think the Ravens have talent.
Yeah, all in Lamar Jackson's knees.
That's fair enough. So I think what's probably most likely to happen, though, the Ravens are probably going to win. Like the Steelers are a very bad football team, Thomas. Like I know the Ravens are overrated and they are worse than the way that they've been, like what their record indicates, by all reason, for real. I mean, we know they absolutely should have at least one more loss. Looking at you, refs. But the Ravens are, still, I think, regardless of that one single game, the Ravens are a much better team than the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I think, the Ravens have like a lot of different, like, maybe their weapons are a little overrated, but at the same time, they still have a lot more weapons than the Steelers. The Steelers just don't have anything going for them. Like, they got like Chase Claypool can make amazing catches. Like, I saw it happen in person. I was just like, what on earth was that?
Yeah,
Ben Roethlisberger had this like horrible like noodle arm throw like 10 yards away from Chase Claypool, but he like stops halfway in the middle of his route and like straights up like acts like an android and then just like spots it out of the air and just like yoink, and then like jumps like 10 yards back in the air to go catch it. It was incredible what he could do, but it's like that's about all they got. Najee Harris is really talented, but they ain't got any offensive line to be able to make him have any sort of effective run game at all.
Well, I mean, look, man, this is my thing, though. This is why the Steelers still got to do defense, and I don't believe that Ravens offense. I just don't. I think that they're turnover prone. I think that Ravens offense is so turnover prone and they're so careless with that ball. And I think the Steelers are a team that strives on that. We talk about this all the time. How Mike Tomlin is able to slow the game down, and he's able to scheme, and he's able to make the game go on his own pace. Y'all do 4 turnovers on the Steelers and watch what happens.
Well, I feel like something similar would happen because the Steelers offense is consistently as bad as the Browns offense was against the Ravens.
Yeah, but I think
I feel like Lamar could turn over the ball constantly against the Steelers and be just fine.
I think I have more turnovers again this week. Like Lamar been turning that ball over so much. That's a problem. That's a real problem, man.
Yeah,
that's a real problem. This isn't a fluke, people. This is happening consistently.
Well, right. It's going to be a huge problem because you got this week they play the Steelers. Next week they play the Browns. Week after that they play the Packers. Then they play the Bengals. And
Lamar's healthy too. What's his excuse?
Not the Ravens. They play the Rams. And then they play the Steelers a second time. So it's like, the Ravens are going to get exposed here pretty soon because their remaining schedule is awful.
Yeah.
Lamar is not going to be able to play like he played against the Bears. Or against the Browns, or against the Dolphins, which I know they lost that Dolphins game, or like he did against the Vikings. Like if Lamar keeps playing the way he's been playing for a month now, then the Ravens are going to have a really bad second half of the year.
Yeah, I agree. I completely agree.
No,
I completely agree. But I think the Steelers might got this one.
I would be surprised if the Steelers actually took it, but
we can talk about that in predictions.
Well, we can. But anyway, I think that's going to probably do it for this episode of the Battle of Ohio podcast, guys. A bit of a shorter episode today, but that's okay because we just keep chugging along and we'll have some good content for you. Make sure to check out these live streams where we're doing our predictions and predictions recap. We missed the last one, so apologies for that. But we're about to go do the week. What is this that we're on right now? Week 13. We're about to go do the week 13 predictions, and me and Thomas texted each other before the game yesterday, and he picked the Saints to win, and I picked the Cowboys to win. So we saw how that worked out.
Hey man, he'll up here jumping over people and stuff, and up here tearing his finger and stuff.
But anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. You can always catch more of what I do at Kyle Phelps 92 on Twitter, Facebook.com/the Phelps. Go check out my YouTube channel. It's called Kyle Phelps. And I'm putting out a bunch of Bengals content. I'm doing power rankings. I'm also putting clips of this podcast up twice a week. So some good content that you might want to follow for that. Go check out Thomas at T_star94 on Twitter and Instagram. And then on YouTube and TikTok, he's the Thomas J Network. And,
Thomas J Network, check me out.
Definitely go check that out. It's absolutely, I think, worth the view. So,
no, thank you.
Anyway, like I said, thank you for listening, everybody. And I will leave y'all with a Who Dey.
Go Browns.